we need CSS? First thing is that we can beautify the web pages. Means it is CSS basically is used to decorate our web pages. What the role of HTML? HTML is that it will not give more concentration about the decorative part. Okay, how attractively it should look for the users, that doesn't care, that it doesn't bother about that by the HTML. Okay, to take care about of that one, we're going to use another part of the HTML, that is CSS. Okay, I never said that the CSS is a new language, right? So the what tags we are using in the HTML, under the tag only we are going to apply the CSS. Some tags we're going to use to apply. Okay, those tags will work as a what, to decorate to the things in the web page. Correct. So CSS is basically we're going to define within the basic HTML tag. First point is that we are not giving we are not writing a new language. Okay, we are going to use this CSS where we're going to give the style right within the basic HTML file only. Okay, so if you are writing a CSS program, either we can write a CSS program in the HTML file in the same page where we are writing the web page by using the, for HTML file we use .html as the this one, right, extension. But when it comes to CSS, okay, I will come later to that part. Okay, the first thing is that the CSS, that is cascading style sheet. We can by saying that that word only saying that cascading style sheet. Okay, this CSS will help to, or it is used to style the sheets. Here sheet is nothing but the web pages. Okay, it is used to style the sheets. Okay, we're going to cascade, we're going to embed this CSS with the HTML program in order to beautify the web page, in order to decorate the web pages. Right. One example I have given, right, in our initial stage in the earlier classes only. Right. So HTML is like a skeleton, nothing but home. It is the construction of the home, right? Before painting and all, the what we will get, that structure, that is like HTML. Okay, after getting the structure, whatever the beautify thing we are doing, we are giving the paint or we are applying some tiles or granite, right? We're going to use some plywood related things, right? The plywood decorative designs we're going to do in the home, right? All those are like CSS. The structure what we're trying to give, right, outside with the help of bricks and cement and all, right? That is what HTML. In HTML, we're trying to use the CSS, the basic HTML. Okay, the CSS is defined within the basic HTML, right? So, and where we have to give this CSS style, we're going to add this CSS, that particular tags we're going to add in the HTML is under the head tag, right? The syntax of basic HTML is what? Start with the doc type, start next with the HTML, then under HTML we have two parts, that is head and body. The body, the description, what we what we want to display on the web page, the description is going to give in the body part. In the head part, it's like input for the browser, right? How to compile and what to compile, that is what we're giving in the head part. So the structure means the whatever the style we are trying to give that web page, right? So that tags, that is style tags, that is CSS tags, we are giving where? Under the head tag. Okay, whatever the styles we are giving, that is giving under the head tag. Correct. So one more thing, right? If you want to give the style sheet under the head tag in the same web page, there we are going to give in the head tag, right? So I want to write the CSS file separately. Externally I want to write, right? After externally I'm going to link that file to the web page. Link that file to the web page. Nothing but the style sheet what I am writing. Okay, whatever the style I need for my web page, those styles I am writing where? As in the separate file, in the external file. Later I am linking that one. Okay, in three ways we can write the CSS program. Okay, CSS tag, in three ways we can add the CSS style tags to our HTML program. One is that we can directly give in the HTML program, that is under the head, right? And second one, we can write in the external file and we're going to link that one. Third one, in the body only we can write the style sheet. We can, in the body only we can write the style. Okay, I will explain those things with one simple example, right? So now on the introduction of CSS, since CSS what is simply used for decorative purpose for our web pages. Okay, where what is CSS means from where we're going to use this CSS? We can use the CSS in three ways: in basic HTML file, in the head file you're going to add, and in the body file you're going to add this CSS. Okay, that is regarding the introduction of the CSS. Correct. Now layout. Okay, layout. We can say it as a layout. Now after this layout, I'm going to explain the benefits. What are the benefits of the CSS? Okay. Next is what? Location. Location of styles. Okay, this is introduction to CSS. Introduction to CSS. Right. Next is location of styles. Okay, what this location of styles is that, as I said right now, where we can add this CSS in our program. We can add this styles tags, that is nothing but a CSS tags, in three ways. For example, I have CSS. Under this CSS, I can use this style tags in three ways. One is external file. One is external style. Second one is internal style. Third one is the inline style. These are the three ways we can add or we can locate the CSS tags in the program. Okay, these are the three ways or three locations from which we can add the CSS tags to the HTML program. Okay, we'll see one by one. What is this external style sheet or internal style sheet, and I will explain this one. Okay, the first one is what? External style sheet. External style sheet. To program only, I will explain this one. Okay, just basic explanation regarding the external style sheet is what? By the name, we can say external. I have one HTML file here. Okay, I have an HTML file. In this HTML file, I want to write the CSS. I want to implement. Okay, I want to import some CSS. Okay, I'm going to write two CSS tags where separate file. External, yeah, those whatever the CSS are required for my HTML file, I'm going to write those things where at the external file I will write. I will mention all those in the external file, and I'm going to link that external file in the HTML file. That we say it as an external style sheet. Means externally we are giving the what? CSS tags to my HTML program. How to do that one? Okay, we see the practical. Okay, so basic HTML program, I hope you guys know. Okay, we already completed the HTML, so it always starts with the doc type, correct? Then HTML head. What type of program we are trying to write here? We are trying to write the external file, right? We are trying to write the external. So in the head part, I'm not going to use any CSS. If you use in the head part, it becomes the internal style sheet, not the external style sheet. So we are trying to get the output for external style sheet. So in the head, I just want to link, right? I just want to link which program or which file in that file containing the CSS, right? That file I'm going to link here in the head part, right? In the head part, whatever the CSS style sheet file we are writing or JavaScript file we are writing, those things we're going to include in where? In the head part. So here we are writing the CSS file externally, separately I'm writing. So that link we have to give in this HTML file. Okay, what compiler will do? The compiler will compile this program. It will check. Okay, you having a link here. Okay, it will check that link. The path is directing towards other file, so it will go and execute that file. Okay, after executing that will implement to this file, to the HTML file, right? So we will check this one, right? So to link any of the external file, we have a tag called link tag. Okay, link is going to link our external files. So link tag and the relation, what type of program or what type of file we are trying to retrieve here, right? We are trying to retrieve which type of file? Style sheet, right? Style sheet. We're going to retrieve the style sheet. Close this. And reference is, we have to give the what file name here. Okay, what file name we are giving for that program, for external program, right? It's external file which includes that CSS style program, right? That file name we have to give here. So I will give like here program pg1 dot css, right? Because I'm writing which type of style program there, CSS file program. So the extension should be CSS, right? Close. This is how we have to link the external file in our HTML program. Okay, after linking, the other thing, what is there? Normally we're going to write the HTML program. So close this head. If you want, under this head, you can give the title also. Okay, under this you can give the title. So you already know in the head only we have to give the title. So I will give the title like SVIT / title. Close. Okay, now the head part is done. So next is what? Body. What we want to display in our browser, right? So just I will write one heading, one simple paragraph. I will use. What I have to do here? Same. This is SVIT College, Bangalore. Some random words I do. Bangalore, Rajanu Kunde. Okay. Then close this. Then close the body. Close the HTML. Okay. This we have written what? A common. Okay, I will just be the program2.css. Program one will give this file name for this HTML. Okay. Right. So this is what I have written, the simple HTML program. In the simple HTML program, what I am doing, I am just linking one external file. Okay, that file is of CSS. I will save this in the web program. Okay, I'll just do pg1.html. pg1.html. Save this. Save. Okay, now half of the work has been done. Now the other half means what style, what decorative we have to give for this HTML program. Okay, what decorative things we want to do. The decorative part we have to give in the CSS. Okay, the decorative part we have to give in the .css. Okay, means we have to open one more HTML, one more notepad. There we have to give the style sheet program. Okay, see, one thing I want to clear here. If you are using external file, means you are trying to give the CSS to the HTML by external style sheet, we are not going to use the style tag, because while saving this second program, while saving this file, we are giving .css. It's understanding. It's like a hint for the browser that whatever the content is there in this program, in this file, all are CSS tags. All are CSS tags. So no need of giving the style tag. Okay, if we use the external style sheet. If you give, there is no issue. Okay, it will not give any error. As you know, the browser will automatically recorrect some of the errors. Okay, if you give the style, if you don't give the style, it doesn't bother for it. It doesn't make any difference for the browser, because the extension is what? .css. The .css means it will indicating for the browser that whatever the content we are giving in this file, that is all CSS tags. So no need of giving the style. But if we use the internal style sheet format or internal style sheet way or the inline style sheet, there we have to give the style tag. because those two things we are including in the same HTML program. We are not writing in extra file. We are not using any separate file to write the CSS. In the HTML program only, we are adding, right? We are adding the CSS. That is the reason there we have to specify that style tag. Okay, but when it comes to the external style sheet, no need of giving the style tag, because we are saving this file with the .css extension. Okay, and whatever we want to give for our web page, what we want to give decorative thing we have to give, straight away we can give here. Okay, so body, why I have giving body means in this program, okay, in program one, whatever is there in the body, okay, whatever the content is there in the body, so we are giving the decorative part where for the body only, right? So what is the content is there in the body part, we are making a decoration for body part in the body content, right? So in the body, whatever the content is there, right? So we have to use for CSS flower bracket, body, flower bracket, and I want the background of this. I want the background of the HTML should be colored. Okay, I want the background of the HTML should be colored. So what I will do, I will use the attribute, that is background. We are trying to do here. We are trying to do our background should be some color. So background color is the attribute we have to use for this background color. Here we should not give the equal symbol. Equal symbol is only for HTML. Okay, when it comes to CSS, we have to use the colon. Background color is the attribute followed with colon and the color. Either we can give the color in terms of hexadecimal or in terms of direct word, a string we can give here. Okay, I can give green color or red color, anything I can give here. I just give green. Okay, then close. Then close this. So what it will do? So you just use any format. Okay, yeah. After PG1 program in HTML, what I will do? I will write another program, PG2 program. Okay, in that I will write some other HTML related program I will write, but I will link the same program. Means I will link the same CSS file. For that program also the background will be green. You write one more program. You just link the same program. You link this same CSS program. Okay, there also the background will be green. You can write n number of HTML program. If you link one CSS program, the CSS program will be same for all HTML programs. There's the one advantage of writing the CSS in separate file, right? I hope you guys are getting this one. So background is what I'm giving green. So in that file, in the HTML file, wherever I will find h1, okay, in the HTML file, wherever I find the h1 means the content what I have given to the heading h1, all should be what yellow color. It should display yellow color. Okay, what I will do? So I want to apply CSS for which tag? I want to apply CSS for h1 tag. Right. After this, I will write one more h1 tag. Okay, h2 tag. For h2 tag, it will not be a yellow color. I will show that one. Right. So how to do the CSS? We have to start with the flower bracket. Then what I want to give this for h1, what font color should be? The color should be like I will give yellow. I give yellow. Right. Then if you want to give one more attribute, I just given one attribute like color is yellow. If I want to give one more attribute to the same tag, to the same h1, okay, I can give by the semicolon. Okay, after one attribute we have to give the semicolon, then we have to start with the second attribute. So I will give like text alignment. Okay, the alignment, this is SVIT College Bangalore content. In the web page you should display center, right? Align what? Center. Okay, just close this. These two, what CSS thing I want to apply to the my HTML program. Okay, I just close this, save, Okay, what file name we are given? pg2. So pg2 dot css. Okay, all files same. Okay, let's check. Same commonly like HTML file we're checking, right? The same thing we have to check it. The same way we have to check. So program 1, open this with Google Chrome. See, we applied this one, right? What is the thing we have applied? For body, background color is what? Green. Then H1, this is SVIT College, Bangalore, Rajan Kunte. How it should display? It should display in yellow. And it should display at the center. These two CSS tags we have applied for this HTML program. We applied for this HTML program. We just check here. Now I will use H2 now. Okay, we have to check in H2 whether it will display in yellow color or within other color. Okay, I just write SVIT college /H2. Okay, then save this. Save. Just close this. Refresh. See, we have given tag that is constraint only for the H1 header, H1 heading for that one. For next, whatever we have written, okay, all it will display in the normal format. It that CSS will not be applied for this heading. This we say it as a external what style sheet. This is what an external style sheet. Okay, and we start with the next is what? Second, internal